Hey there, Saber fans. Shamim here. I've got another custom Saber install to show off to you guys today. We are looking at a heavily weathered, shattered Darth Vader lightsaber. This is meant to look as if it survived a Death Star explosion. That's the level of weathering that we went for. Customer sent me a New Hope version of Darth Vader's lightsaber, and technically it is the Return of the Jedi lightsaber, of course, that falls into the Death Star at the end of Episode 6 and explodes, along with Darth Vader's hand. But this is the New Hope version that the customer sent to me and said, let's do the heavily weathered Death Star explosion sacrifice level weathering on the hilt. So the hilt started out as either Master Replicas or Hasbro Force Effects lightsaber. I don't remember exactly which version was sent in, but it's been quite a while since I've worked with a Force Effects lightsaber pre-Disney Legacy hilts that they have at the Disney parks. So of course we stripped out all the internal electronics and we did a custom install. We have a custom Saber Shop aluminum blade holder, replacing the plastic blade holder up there. It's a 1-inch blade, quite a good depth to the blade. We've got one activation switch, tactile activation switch at the top of the bubble strip. And then internally, the customer requested a SaberCore Crimson soundboard. That's another blast from the past. Takes me back to 2015. And then internally, we have an 18650 removable lithium-ion battery, 3D printed chassis, and a 28mm bass speaker. So that's on the inside. On the exterior, you're already seeing quite a lot of weathering and damage. And looking here, we've got a big gaping hole, which provides a nice shine through once the red blade starts glowing, and another damaged crack on that side. You can see sort of the translucent blade plug is there. Lots of cracking and weathering running up the length of the hilt. This look was achieved with numerous layers of paint, as well as we had a hot knife on the grips to melt them down, and then lots of Dremel work and grinding wheel work on the rest of the hilt. You see it here at the emitter. Many chunks are missing from the slanted emitter. Your D-ring is still here, and it is still a functional D-ring, so it does bend upward and down. It's just a little bit tight, of course. You've got your 2 decorative thumb screws there. You have your blade retention screw is inside that hole there, and I'll demonstrate that a little bit later. And then another retention screw here at the pommel. This serves as your chassis retention screw. Both of these screws are 832, so you can use the same Allen wrench to loosen and tighten those. Yeah, I'm particularly pleased with how the bubble strip ended up on this hilt. And actually, the paint job on the entire hilt, I did something a little bit different with this Darth Vader hilt, is that usually when I do a Sacrifice Death Star Explosion hilt, it's all sort of black and dark gray. And for this one, I intentionally went back in and added a little bit more silver into what is technically the chrome part of the Darth Vader saber, just to bring out that it's less uniform. It still retains the black and the silver aesthetic with your clear bubble strip. So I wanted to retain that original aesthetic while still showing that it was heavily damaged, cracked, shattered, bent, broken, just barely holding on to life. And then you've got your vented pommel cap there, which is also weathered. So internally, it has a kill switch. There is no recharge port with a kill key. It's a removable battery. There you can see your bass speaker. So you will take your Allen wrench and you will loosen the chassis retention screw. Right now it is locked in place with the chassis retention screw. You can just loosen that with half a turn, and that will slide out your chassis. There you can see is your kill switch. There's your SaberCore Crimson board and your 18650 removable lithium-ion battery. So we will use our finger or a small tool to activate the switch.
SaberCore Crimson.
You hear that classic boot-up sound from 2015-2016 era of Saberforge soundboards. Screw the pommel back on. Tighten your chassis retention screw again. Nothing is wiggling in there. And then you've got main activation up here. The SaberCore boards only have a single switch, so that's why there isn't a dual switch system. So just one switch there, and you activate your saber. Very dark sounding sound font. And then the light intensity there, I have a high flicker going on. Or I guess it's a slower flicker, so it really shows off the damage to the blade. So you've got shine through there, and then on that crack, and then even through some of those windows, it almost looks like lava poking through, as if the internals are melted, which is a really cool effect in person and on camera. I'm really pleased with it. So you got some swing and clash sound effects. And some blade lockup. Press and hold to turn it off. Now this is actually a, okay, so let's go ahead and cycle the different sound settings.
Main menu. Select optical frequency 1.
So there's a few different optical frequencies. One is solid.
2.
And then you have levels of intensity with the flicker.
3, 4, 5, 1.
So I had it set at 2 originally.
2.
So we'll set it there. We'll set it there as you're tapping the switch to go through and advance, then press and hold to advance to the next setting.
Select sound intensity low.
And it has been on low because
High.
on high it is painfully loud. So if you like that, customer, feel free to leave it on loud, but for now I'll put it on low.
Muted.
And then there's also a mute option for keeping the family able to sleep instead of keeping them awake.
Low.
But we'll do low for now.
Select impact sensitivity 6.
So then it's a scale of 1 to 9 for impact and swing sensitivity. The higher the number, the more sensitive it is. So I have it set at 6 and I think 7 right now.
Select motion sensitivity 7.
Yeah, but I'll set that at 8. No, I'll leave it at 7.
All settings saved.
So there you go. Press and hold to turn it off. Let's see it with a blade real quick. Loosen that blade retention screw. Out comes the long blade plug there. It's about 2 inches long. Then you can see here that both of the cracks there, you can see directly through the saber, which is pretty neat. But then you can throw in any 1-inch blade. Tighten that retention screw again. You've got a pretty cool look there with the blade flickering. It looks very unstable, almost Kylo Ren inspired. But you can even see on the internals there, on the inner portion of the crack, it looks really cool in person as well as on camera. As if, as I said, the internals are melted down from the explosion of the Death Star, which is pretty cool. So there you have it. It is the heavily weathered, shattered Darth Vader lightsaber, survived a Death Star explosion. I've made a few of these shattered hilts in the past. It started out, of course, with the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber, which I dubbed the Sacrifice, as if it survived the first Death Star explosion. I've made several of those hilts over the years, and then have done 1 or 2 of the Darth Vader variant from Return of the Jedi. But this is the first time I've done a real shattered look on A New Hope Vader, and it was a lot of fun to do. So thank you so much for sending me this commission and giving me a chance to play in this playground and make a really beautiful damaged hilt that will look good on your shelf, hopefully, and in your hands. I don't know if you cosplay as Darth Vader, but it would be cool to see a zombie or a super weathered Darth Vader costume wielding one of these. That could be pretty neat as an alternate universe take on this hilt. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.